What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another one of our student ministry lesson recap videos. This week, we are talking about our first lesson in our new series titled Lost and Found, where we're looking at the Gospel of Luke, chapter 15, and some of the parables Jesus tells about lost things. Because when it comes to our faith, there are a lot of reasons why we might feel lost sometimes. Because we were created to know the God who made us and love us. But some of us don't have a relationship with God yet. Or some of us know Jesus, but we've wandered pretty far away from him, maybe by the decisions we've made or just choosing not to follow him in the moment. And some of us know Jesus, but maybe we're just struggling with some things with what we believe or with a difficult situation we're in or our mental health. And in all of these situations, we can feel pretty lost sometimes. But we're going to jump into the Gospel of Luke chapter 15 and look at some of the words Jesus has to say. So starting in verse 1, it says, tax collectors and other notorious sinners often came to listen to Jesus teach. This made the Pharisees and teachers of religious law complain that he was associating with such sinful people, even eating with them. But instead of dismissing the Pharisees for being jerks, Jesus takes time to tell them 3 stories to help them think differently. And the first one is about missing sheep. As we read this story, I want you to be able to picture some of the scenery of what it looked like in Israel. So when you see this desert, you can get a better understanding of how a sheep might go missing and how difficult it might be to find it again. So jumping back into the Gospel of Luke. In verse 3, it says, so Jesus told them this story. If a man has 100 sheep and one of them gets lost, what will he do? Won't he leave the 99 others in the wilderness to go and search for the one that is lost until he finds it? And when he has found it, he will joyfully carry it home on his shoulders. When he arrives, he will call together his friends and neighbors, saying, rejoice with me, because I have found my lost sheep. In the same way, there is more joy in heaven over one lost sinner who repents and returns to God than over 99 others who are righteous and haven't strayed away. We don't know how this sheep wandered away from its shepherd. Maybe it got distracted or confused. Maybe it saw another sheep walk away, so it followed that one. Maybe it was trying to run away. Either way, the sheep found itself far from the safety of its shepherd. Imagine how difficult it would be to find one lost sheep in this huge desert filled with valleys and caves and steep cliffs. It would take time, effort, and a lot of attention. And if I were that shepherd, I'm not sure I'd be willing to put in that effort for one sheep. But here's what the shepherd in Jesus' story did. Even though he had 100 sheep to take care of, he noticed when one of them went missing. And I imagine he knew that sheep's name too. He knew exactly which one went missing. And even though he knew it would be difficult, he searched for the lost sheep until he found it. He never gave up. And when he found his lost sheep, Jesus didn't say the shepherd yelled at it or made fun of it or punished it. The shepherd lovingly carried it home. It rejoiced when he found his lost sheep. And if you and I are that wandering sheep, Jesus is that good shepherd. When you feel lost, Jesus notices you. Sometimes we are all like that sheep in Jesus's story, wandering away from the safety of God, our shepherd. But when you go missing, God notices. You're not insignificant to your shepherd. And even though convincing us to come back to God can be difficult, Jesus never stops searching for us. When you and I finally realize we're lost and need help, God doesn't yell at us or turn us away. When you need help, God celebrates, and Jesus will always lovingly carry you home. Just like the shepherd in the parable noticed his missing sheep, Jesus notices you. Whatever you're going through, wherever you're at in your relationship with God, Jesus notices and he cares. If you're sitting here thinking about how far you've wandered and wondering how you're ever going to find your way back to God, Jesus notices you. If you feel like no one else in the world notices you, Jesus notices you. And if you're still trying to figure out what you think about God, Jesus still notices you. So that's the truth I want you to find peace and rest in today and comfort, is that when you feel lost, Jesus notices you.